Traditionally, warranties, repairs, and returns have been a headache for distributors, manufacturers, and the end users we serve. And the reason why is because a lot of times, and I would say most of the time, if you're a distributor or a manufacturer, you have a combination of these three issues. You have outdated processes. In other words, the status quo. This is the way we've done it, and this is the way we've always done it, and this is the way we will do it. That's a problem. We have outdated systems. We have ERP systems. We have customer service management modules that frankly do not take into consideration the complexity of the types of returns that we have to manage. And then finally, we have communication, bad communication. Why is that? Well, that's because we're just human beings and we are bad at communicating. But we make it worse on ourselves by siloing different departments and not being able to connect and share information freely between not only each other internally, but with our suppliers and with our other supply chain partners. So these issues, when you put them all together, you end up wasting a ton of resources that could be deployed in other ways. I just think of customer service teams alone, the manual entry and the constant updates that they have to provide to customers. I mean, literally companies that we're working with have multiple people that are dedicated to purely handling warranties, repairs, and returns. Okay, that's an issue. That's a cost issue. But what scares me even more is the issue of customer experience, because customer experience is kind of like a cancer. It can actually spread. It can spread among your customer base, and it can spread across your internal teams. So when we get complacent about the way we do things, and we end up, taking longer than it should, we end up complicating things more than it should. These are recipes for customer dissatisfaction, and really, it's amplified by the fact that we've all been conditioned to expect a better returns process as consumers of e-commerce products, right? So here's the thing, and we're gonna transition here into what we're gonna talk about. But the big issue, is that status quo remains the number one enemy among wholesale distributors and manufacturers. You would think that in the year 2024, just checking my calendar, yep, it's 2024, we are still way behind the eight ball in terms of technology adoption. And with that in mind, I want to turn the corner and talk a little bit about a real solution that can be deployed in your business quickly, easily, and in a way that is connected to your source of truth, your ERP system, in a way that connects each other internally. And most importantly, probably, is that you're able to connect with your supply chain partners. And when you do these things, as opposed to the three things that cause all of the pain, when you do these three things, you end up with a streamlined, easy to follow, automated returns process. And that's what we're going to talk about, because Continuum is that solution. Continuum is more than a platform. Okay, it's more than a network of connected suppliers and distributors. It really is a partner who stands in the gap for you, connecting your internal team, connecting your internal teams, connecting your suppliers, and connecting your data to your one source of truth. So I can't give you everything that you should know on this in this particular video, but you could head over to gocontinuum.ai and book a meeting with one of our solution experts who will be able to provide a personalized, relevant demonstration of the product as it relates to your business, your industry, your software. Okay? So for now, why don't you hop in my helicopter, my imaginary helicopter, and join me on a high-level tour of the Continuum platform as we go over some of the key features and benefits right after this. Hey guys, welcome aboard. I'm glad that you joined me for this portion of the video and a high-level overview of the Continuum platform and features and benefits. So what I want to make clear from the get-go is that this is not a product demo. Some products can be demonstrated apart from any sort of interaction or engagement, but this really isn't one of those products. This is a solution that is touching so many different departments, that integrates so tightly into your existing systems and software, that it really is best for you to book a demo, a personalized demo with our solution experts. That way you can ask questions. They can ask questions of you. You guys can work together to create a personalized, really tailored solution that is going to, generate a quick ROI, that is going to prove value right away. And the best way to do that is really, like I said, with a demo. Okay, so with this not being a demo, what we will do is we will cover the features and benefits, and you kind of understand what the entire Continuum solution is comprised of, right? Because it's not just a simple returns platform. It really does encompass everything that happens post sale. Okay, so with that being said, let's go ahead and jump into it. So, like I mentioned, Continuum is broken up into 4 primary hubs. And these hubs help distributors and manufacturers of literally every shape and size benefit from powerful returns processing automation. I should say that when we say of any shape and size, we really do mean that. However, the larger you are, the greater the benefits. So that all makes sense, right? The larger the distributor, the more buying power you have, the more margin you have. Well, when it comes to this issue, the larger the issue is, the more value you're going to get from the solution. All right, let's go over some of the features and benefits of the Continuum platform. Starting with our customer service hub. Now, here is where you're going to realize some of the biggest cost savings. Now, as we talked about earlier, a lot of the time that your customer service team spends is related to manual checks, manual updates, and manual data processing. Another area that you can expect to see some benefits in is our chain of custody management. And what we are doing here is we're essentially creating the accountability and the workflows that ensure that there's no return that slips through the cracks. Okay, so one of the areas that we talked about earlier was communication, and a lot of communication failures happen because there is a breakdown in the chain of custody, right? We're not sure who owns what, and if we're not sure who owns what, that can cause discrepancies and miscommunication among teammates. Okay, and then finally, real-time visibility. This is something that your customers want. It's something that your customer service team wants. And really, it's what everybody wants today, because that's what we've been conditioned to expect. We expect to be able to find the status of a return, just like we're able to see the status of an order. Next up is the warehouse hub. This is so important for really connecting the physical to the theoretical, right? So in customer service world, you're dealing with order numbers and you're dealing with customer issues, complaints, and that sort of thing. But here in the warehouse and our receiving teams, well, it's all about the physical goods. And so what we're doing here is connecting the dots between the returns that are coming in and out of your facility. And we're doing that through some precise inventory management controls. And we can see in this area documented cost savings. We can expect it because your team is not going to be thrown off by returns coming in. Your team is going to be able to get products in and out efficiently and be able to list items that are ready for just in time resale. And of course, communication. Do you see a theme here throughout our solution? And really, better communication happens on the floor when team leaders and their associates know what's happening. And I think one of the biggest complaints you'll hear from your warehouse team, your receiving teams, is the lack of communication. They don't know that an order's coming in because the customer service team just assumed that they'd be able to receive that order, at that time. And of course, that throws a wrench in your operations big time. All right, next up is our vendor and finance hub. I get excited about this because, after all, returns and returns management is very much a money game. Credits are essential, not just for our customers, but for our bottom line, right? And our ability to make sure that we're never missing those vendor credits. Those missed vendor credits do indeed add up and make up a significant amount of potential loss to our bottom line. All right. And applying customer credits, it really has never been easier, right? So if you're a CFO, if you're a finance director, you're going to love the way that we've set this up because a lot of the information is already known in your systems or with your manufacturers. We're able to, create essentially a click of a button type of experience for you to be able to apply customer credits. So this is great for the finance team. This smooths things over considerably, and again, speed and communication being a huge part of the solution. Now, one of the things you may not think about with a solution like ours is the ability to identify gaps. And so, what happens a lot of times is when you implement a software solution like a Continuum, and I'd say something maybe similar on the pre-sale side of things, you'll see this happen, right? You'll see gaps come up. You'll figure out where communication breaks down. You'll figure out where information is lacking, and so, as a vendor and finance hub, and really as an executive, leadership, strategy standpoint, this feature is very, very valuable. Okay, and now last but not least is our manufacturer returns and warranties hub. Now, when you put your manufacturer and your distributor together, utilizing really smart automation tools, you can expect even smarter supply chain capabilities. And that's what we're going to talk about here to wrap up our tour. Now, supply chain integrations, what does that mean? It means bringing together a manufacturer and a distributor under one technology platform so that information, which may be siloed, which may be unknown, which maybe has to be mined, in some situations, this can be automated, and we'll talk about that next. So, what I mean by automation. So, for example, if we have, as a distributor, if we have all of our manufacturers uh, warranty and repair and returns uh, documentation, and we have their policies, and have certain we have certain oh my god. Now, really powerful automation happens when, as a distributor, I know the manufacturer's precise levels of RMA approval based on their unique repairs, returns, and warranties policies. When we have all of that built in as data points, we can automate approvals. When you automate approvals, from a manufacturer, their hands are off of it. They save time and money. It creates a better experience for the distributors. Distributors look great because they have information that they would otherwise have to go and dig out and find that information. And all of this creates a better end user brand experience. Branding meaning the manufacturer, right? So manufacturers do a great job of positioning themselves as the market leaders, and they spend a lot of time and money on getting their products out and having their products fulfill real brand promises. Now, a lot of times, unfortunately, just like distributors, the end game is not as important as the beginning of the customer's journey. And so what we want to do is offer a better brand experience for those manufacturers, ensuring that their brand looks as good on the way back as it does on the way out. Now, as we wrap things up here, I just want to make a quick note on system integrations, because as we've talked about before, just like in e-commerce, systems that are not integrated, that they don't speak together, really are crippled in terms of what they can produce for your business. Now, these systems are where your team spends so much of their time. And what is really true, and no disrespect whatsoever to these amazing systems that all work really, really well, but they can't do everything. And so when you can bolt on a solution like Continuum, you are strengthening these solutions. Your investment in these solutions, and I know they're a huge investment, is really further invested upon by the addition of solutions like this. And it makes your entire system that much more valuable. Now, we can integrate with a variety of systems, because the beautiful thing is today, most systems play well with other software applications. And we have multiple integrations built already on some of the industry's most popular platforms. And we continue to create meaningful partnerships as well as basic integrations with these software providers. So if you don't see the logo of your solution on the screen, chances are that's just coming around the corner. So please reach out as you book a demo, ask about your system and how Continuum can integrate. So guys, as we land the helicopter, I'm going to just say that in summary, it's very simple. Continuum transforms your post-sales process with AI-powered automation. Again, it's not necessarily all about a simple back and forth return. I think some people might think that. It's far more than that. It actually touches every area of the post-sales process. And if we remember, the customer journey and what we know about creating a great customer experience, then we know that it doesn't end when an order is fulfilled. It ends when that customer is satisfied. And so when you think about it that way, it never ends. It's continual. So that's where our name Continuum comes from. We want a continual brand experience that delights your customers and saves you time and money.
From automating RMA creation to streamlining warehouse receiving and vendor inventory returns, We ensure a seamless process that not only elevates the customer experience, but also significantly boosts your profitability. So what's the cost of sticking with the status quo? Every moment you stay put, the competition moves forward, adopting solutions that streamline their operations and enhance their customer satisfaction. There's no reason to let your business fall behind. Getting started couldn't be easier. Set up a call, review our solutions, and we'll tailor a plan that fits your business like a glove. The future of returns management is just a click away. Book your demo at gocontinuum.ai today and step into a new era of supply chain efficiency and customer satisfaction. Continuum. B2B returns made easy.